So today we're doing part 2 of diagnosing the E21. As of right now, we're currently going to go get a volt and ohm meter from the local AutoZone. And we will see you once we get the ohm meter. We're currently going the back road because there's always this beautiful E30. So we currently got on the Nike Supreme, and we got on the base goods. You know how we do it. We just got the ohm meter from the local AutoZone. We just got back home with the ohm meter. And now time to get back to it. We first also have to hit up A to teach us which tests we need to do with the ohm meter. Until then. So we're currently back at the car. But we had this chair in last night. And there's a bunch of pony hair filings again. So I have to go and grab the shock vac and vacuum it just in case. Also, I don't want to be pressing my knee into old filings. So we just finished vacuuming the pony hairs out. And we got all of it out that we could get with the shock vac. So now, time to start diagnosing. I'm a dumbass. I think I just vacuumed up all the screws. There's one tiny one, but I don't see the other one, so we gotta check the trusty dusty shock vac. Boop. Boop. Oh. And what's inside? Let's see. Oh, and just like that, there's one there. Another one, and now we just need to find the last. Hopefully it's in here somewhere. So I can't find it at this moment, so we're gonna check the car again for the fourth bolt to hold down the plate that covers the fuel pump. So we just finished talking with A, and he gave us another test to try. He said it involves the paperclip again by putting it in the connectors where possibly the connectors weren't getting a good reading. So first we have to put this back in the connector and see if it'll jump. So now we take the paperclip and put it into the connector. Here we're gonna prop you guys up right here. And now we're gonna take the paperclip and put it in the two sides of the connector. And now we gotta see what the gauge does. If it goes to a quarter, does it jump? Does it do anything? So now we just got the paper clip in the connector. Oh, it just popped out. Let's put it right back in. Take one. Put it in one side. Squeeze them together. So now we got the paper clip in the connector. And the next step is to turn the key on and see if the gauge jumps or moves. And it goes right to a quarter of a tank. So now we have to take the paper clip and leave it in the green wire and connect it to like a little ground where he said scratch the paint a little, which we did. So we're gonna see if this ground will work. So give us 1 second to pull the paper clip. So the next test is to connect the paper clip into the green wired side connector. and put it to a ground. He said we could scratch the paint a little and it should give us a good ground and see what the actual feel gauge does. So we're gonna leave you guys to watch the feel gauge for us. And you'll be able to see what happens, if anything does happen. I just need to mount this correctly. Perfect. And let's see if the feel gauge jumps or anything. And the feel gauge is not moving by touching it to a good ground. So we have to move on to the next part of the test. So we just figured out where to put the ohms reading, where if we connect the two, it should give us a reading on the multimeter. And just like that, we're getting multiple readings because I keep moving it with my hand. And that's the symbol right there. This one on this multimeter is the symbol for ohms. And then we connect them once again, and it gives us another reading. So now our next step is to figure out how to read AC versus DC on the multimeter. So if you turn the multimeter to direct current, this is the little sign saying that it is the direct current voltage. And if you take both of them and put it together, it should give a reading. Then if you take them and turn it to the right, now we're on AC voltage. Put them together, and there's no reading for the AC voltage. And while we wait to figure out the next part of the test, we're currently looking for the fourth bolt, or the fourth screw, because I only have 3 of them. And they're supposed to be 1, 2, 3, and a 4. But I don't know where the 4th went. I had it a few minutes ago, but now it's gone. The car either ate it, the vacuum has it, it's on the ground. I really cannot tell you where it is. And there's a bunch of leaves on the ground, which is not helpful whatsoever. But we will hopefully find this bolt like last night. I heard something run down the tube, so hopefully it's this. Oh, and just like that, we got the 4th screw. So now we just have to wait to see the second part of the test from A, and we'll keep the screws up on the dash. So now the next part of the test is to put it to ohms and take the 2 leads and put them together and see what happens and why. There's probably low resistance because there's no actual testing. The 2 leads are together. So now that we are testing, or we already figured out that the ohms, when you put it together, there's no resistance. Our next part of the test is to take it and put it onto the two like terminal parts of the actual fuel pump where the connector would press onto here. So now that we got the multimeter, it's turned to ohms, and we have to test the terminals on the fuel pump. So we have the positive connected, and now we gotta do the negative, push them together, and we got 4.4, 4.5 ohms, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6. Now I moved them too much. So now we got it connected, and it's reading 4.3 ohms. We got the plate. We gotta line it back up. Line it up. And grab the screws that we did put in the dashboard, just so we wouldn't lose them, because we already lost them. But now, we got all 4 bolts or screws right there, and we're gonna put them in 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the time being. And we got the trusty dusty black and blue. The BMW screwdriver is back, tucked away in the trunk. And now we just take the screws and align it to each hole. And as you could hear, there's a parade going near my house. But that does not affect us whatsoever. Got 1 screw, grab the second screw, come over here, put this through the plate into the other screw point, and screw it back down. Now, those 2 screws got it aligned, so these last 2 should just pop right in. Just like that, we got all the screws propped right back in, and the plate is in, and now we take the little cover and just put it right back over. Maybe it goes this way or this way. I think this way, because now all 4 screws are accessible. And just like that, we got the plate right back in. So now our next step, since we got the plate back in, is to go and see about the fuses, where we have to go pop the hood to access the fuse panel, and we're gonna run to the local automotive store, whether it's AutoZone, Advance, NASA, whichever one, and see which place actually has the fuses, because these aren't like the new fuses which look like teeth. These are the old ones that actually look like cylinders, and that might even be our culprit, because this one looks like it has some dark color to it. It might just be that it's supposed to be this color. Yeah, it's supposed to be that color. But anyways, look how sun faded these red ones are. They're supposed to be red, but they're almost pink now. So we have to go check the local automotive store for all brand new fuses. And with the help of the legend, This will allow us to see which amps per fuse we'll actually need and for which section. Where it goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's the amperage. So we just grabbed a few fuses just so we could show them examples or even just check ourselves. And now we have to hop in the old Bensky. There's a Lambo Evo part of the parade right now, but we currently just ran inside to go grab our phone so we could go to AutoZone, and as of right now we're hopping in the Benz to go grab a few fuses. So I'll see you shortly. So we're currently at the local AutoZone, and we just picked up the last 2 packs of fuses for the car. Hopefully these aren't enough. If not, we'll have to go get more. Just got back with the fuses, and now time to see if these fuses are enough, or are we gonna have to run back to the store and go get more. We left the hood pop, so now all we have to do is just lift up. Now we gotta go over to the fuse box, prop you guys up right here, and we got the fuses. So now we gotta start popping each one in and each one out. Pull off the legend, and now this is about to go from sun faded to looking like Skittles. Prop you back up. Perfect. We got a 25 amp right here. Match the legend. And the 25 goes in the first one for the supplementary fan. There's a 16 and the 25. We got that. Just gotta push it together. We got one in. Then we need an 8 for the next fuse. And just like that, we got an 8 amp, which will pop right into here. And the fuse is in. Got that one. Now we need a 16 amp fuse. We just pulled out. This is what the old one looks like. This is the color of the new one. And we got that one in. So now we need a 16 again for the next row. These are all bad. So let's look for a 16. Oops, dropped it, but we got it. So now we put on the 16. Pop that in. We got the 16 in. Then we need another 25, which is the blue ones. And then we need an 8, which is the white ones. We got an 8 right here to pop right in. And now on to the next set. We need 2 16s, so we're gonna have to open the next pack. Oh, I know you all just saw that. Alright, let me throw that in there. Try and dig these out the best I can without losing them. Alright, we got one. There's a 16. I have to stick my finger and try and pull that one out. So, that'll be a process. Oh, I pushed it further in. No! Alright. Fell in the actual battery tray, so give me a second and let me just pull it out. There's a hole at the bottom of the battery box, so we just... Oh, this isn't the correct one. Alright, I have to look again. And right down there is the fuse. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but the fuse is literally stuck on the frame right now. I got it. Perfect. And now we got the fuse to pop in it. Time to prop you guys right back up and go back through the fuses. Take the legend, look. We need it. So we need a 16, a 16, and an 8. We got a 16. Now, let me find the other 16. If we have it. I did some spillage, so I don't even know where it is. But we will find it. Either way, I think I have to go get more fuses, because this won't cover enough. We're down to 225 and 2 5 amps and a 20. But I really have no idea where the other fuses went. And a 8. Well, the 8 we could actually use. Alright, we'll pop in the 8 and most likely just go hop back in the car and go check advance now, because we don't have enough fuses. It sucks running back and forth, but you gotta get the job done. We got another 8, so let's see where we could pop the 8 in. All down here is all 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, but we just popped that one in. So we gotta pull off this one. And pop in this one. And perfect. As of right now, it looks like an American flag, so we're still short on fuses, so I do have to go get more. So now on to our next journey. It would be nice though if they sold it in like a kit with a bunch of them, but they only sell these little small packs. 2 of each one, where there's 2 5s, 2 20s, 2 8s, and 2 16s, and 2 25s. So now we just got those fuses, but we still need more, so we're gonna get back in the bends, and unfortunately we have to go exactly where we just came from, because Advance was literally 2 seconds up the road, but I was like, I think I should be fine, but we're not fine. So we just struck out at Advance, and now we're going to the further AutoZone, and it says they have them, so hopefully they're there. Look at that. Look at that beautiful AMG GT. Yeah, my windshield's cracked. But look at that thing. I'm driving off the road trying to record the beauty. 160 bands. Never had time for me when I was down bad for you. Just got out of the other AutoZone, and luckily they had 2 more packs. So this should be enough to cover every fuse that we put back in. We got back at 5 on the dot. So now we just need to go back into the garage and grab sandpaper so that we could not file down, but essentially sand all the corrosion off of the connectors that attach to the fuses. So let me go grab the sandpaper. I had to go run a quick errand, and with that errand we had to change shoes. Now we're wearing the Kith Marvel E6. E6 there. Kith right there. But now we need to go in the garage and get sandpaper. Now where is sandpaper? Right there. Not sandpaper, that's a knife. Where can we find sandpaper? I don't know, but let me look for it. And the sandpaper's hidden right under here. I think they should be fine, just to sand the little connectors so we could get a better connection for all the fuses. We just ripped a little tiny piece, and now we have to sand this down because there's a little bit of corrosion. If you see, there's that white ring, and then the rest of it's all dirty. So we're gonna do that right now. Tuck you up right here, and perfect. Alright, we sanded most of the fuses just to get a little bit better of a connection. Now we have to open another pack and put the fuses in. You can't do that again. Lose all the air or all the fuses into the engine bay. So now we're looking at the legend, and we just have to finish from here down. We're gonna continue changing the fuses. We need a 16, a 16, and an 8. They're the brand new 8 we put in there before. So now we take the 16, pop this sucker right in. I don't trust that one. It has a silver tip, where all of the other ones have gold tips. But it seems actually that these do come with silver tips, at least in this pack. those together. Now we pull out these ones. 2, 3. We could save this one because we did pop this one in before. So push up 1, then going across, they're all 8s. So pop the 8 in and spin it and push down. Take another 8, put it in the last row, squeeze that one down, and now just the bottom one. Actually missing a few, so it works out. And now to get 2 or 3 more of these fuses that are 8 amps. We have to open another pack, pull out the white. There's 2 in here. We put the pack back. And it works out actually. There's an 8, 8, and then a 16. I thought it was all 8s. But for the bottom row, it's 8, 8. Squeeze those good. Squeeze them, spin it around. And then we need the 16 to pop into here. Perfect. And then we need a 16, an 8, and a 16. So we got a gold 16. We'll pull out the 8. And see if we have another one potentially. Use. Those are good. 8. And then hazard, interior light, glove compartment, clock, interlock system, key lock, warning buzzer. So we do need another 8 amp. This one won't suffice because this one's old. But as of right now, we should be able to bypass everything, hopefully. Worst comes to worst, I pull the one from the fog light and just pop it up here, or I could pull the radio one, that's also an 8, but let's find another 16. Garbage, garbage, garbage. And another 16. Perfect. Put that down. And pop this one right in. Squeeze. 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 This one's a little loose actually. Gotta bend the connectors. Hopefully it'll tighten. Hold it in place now. Perfect. And then we'll just leave this old used one in. It shouldn't affect anything, it's only for the interior lights. the hazard warning, glove compartment lamp, clock, interlock system, key lock, warning buzzer, luggage comp light. It's all just for lights. So now we move on to the next section. Now that we got all the new fuses in, we're gonna see if the fuel gauge stays in one position, if it moves. So let me find the key. And I left the keys in the band. So now time to go back to the beam and see what happens. Let's try starting. Still the same problem. It stays at a quarter, but we know at least now it has all brand new fuses. I was thinking we might figure out the problem tonight, but that most likely isn't the case. So we're gonna take everything and start packing it up while just letting the car run. So currently, we just need the temperature gauge to get to 3/5. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once it reaches here, we're gonna see what happens if the car eventually dies out. So we will pick up the video again once it gets to operating temperature. So we needed the cluster to go to 3/5, and it's past 4/5, almost hitting max. Where he said, turn the heat all the way to the max setting. The fan's all the way at the highest speed. It's on heat. The other vent is open. We have no clue what's going on. Since we couldn't figure out the problem tonight, there will be a part 3. So thank you for watching, and good night.